Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you a home tour of my winter transition decor. So if you like this kind of content, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel where I upload thrifting, decor, and DIY videos. And of course, you can always find me on Instagram at Nicole Northgarden. Here we go. So this winter home tour is part of a collaboration. I was invited by Robin Johnson along with several other channels. And so when you're finished watching my video, I would love it if you would also go and watch their videos on the playlist. The other channels are, of course, our host, Robin Johnson, as well as Border Bananas, Clueless Mama DIY, At Home with Jillian, and Lacey Lewis. And I'm excited to see how everyone has decorated in this in-between period between Christmas and springtime. So I hope you grab a cup of coffee and enjoy what I have to show you. I use many of my thrifted finds to make my home beautiful on a budget.
Winter in Minnesota is remarkably long. And while some people might feel that they are already climbing ahead to spring, we here in Minnesota know that we could have 4 more months of snow. So it's important to me to pare down what's in the house and make it cozy. For this year's winter transition decor, I really wanted to bring in some natural elements, so greens and browns mixed in with my whites and grays, and then I added pops of blush pink throughout the home. For this display, I upcycled a ceramic flower container and I stamped it with ink that's made to stamp on ceramics, and I made it so that I could use it each season. On either side of the couch, we have these pine bookcases that we got from a friend, and they are the home to my milk glass and uranium glass collections. For the coffee table, I wanted to keep it very simple, so I used this thrifted dough bowl as well as the thrifted glass and milk glass that I already had, and I used air plants that I had around my house. They are real, and some pine cones from a Christmas display. There on the mirror is my little wreath. I intend to keep it there all season, but I added the love for Valentine's Day. That was a DIY a few weeks back. Here's the other side, the other bookcase, and I really love the symmetry I was able to achieve by putting a bookcase on either side of the sofa. And when I styled them, I did them as a unit, so the eye moves comfortably across the bookcases instead of one being completely different than the other. My son spends the most time at the computer desk, and he is my fidgeter, so I pick up little things for him at the bins that he can fidget with. This bookcase used to be black, and it felt like a black hole that was sucking all the light from the room, so I painted it white, and it has made such a difference in the space. I really enjoyed styling the bookcase. I wanted to use brown glass, as well as silvers and brass and greens from leaves and plants. I made this sign with my new chalk markers. It says, "Silver white winters that melt into spring." That is the hope, isn't it? I don't do too much for Valentine's Day, but little bits here and there. I absolutely love this vintage planter. And I have some Valentines and a little Holly Hobby embroidered piece. I think it's really sweet. And then here is my casserole. A lot of you have asked me questions about it. I have put vintage books in it in kind of a size order. I got ones with colors that I liked, and I wanted to face them this way. You could also face the spines out, but I like seeing the pages. I think it's cool. This footed bowl is my only piece of pink milk glass. It's something I'm always keeping an eye out for. Behind it are some vintage doilies that I found at a yard sale. Moving into the dining room, I have the table set for a family dinner. My family is not all here right now, but I did this as part of a winter tablescape that I set a few weeks back, and my hubby liked it so much that we left it set up and staged. And on the center of the table, my centerpiece is some from Target and IKEA, and some is thrifted from the bins. I like the way all the elements look together. I didn't change too much in the dining room. I did add some pops of pink here and there and pops of red. And I did change the tray in the basket. It was a Christmas one, and I changed that out. The top of the hutch stayed the same. I intentionally decorated it in a winter theme. On this clipboard in the dining room are some special Valentines that I made as a child for my mom and my grandma, as well as ones that I received from my brother and my parents. In the kitchen, I like to change the decor on top of the cabinets, so I incorporated pinks and yellows, and my blue jars are always up there. And then, of course, I have plants up there. It's a nice place for them because of the skylight. If you've seen any of my other home tours, you know that I made this two-tiered tray from a Lazy Susan that I found at the bins in the fall, and I painted it to look like enamelware. On top, I've placed my jadeite canister, as well as a pink nut grinder and an aqua food chopper. And then I pulled out some of my heart-shaped biscuit cutters and cookie cutters and placed them around the tray as well. I like to decorate with vintage kitchen utensils in the kitchen, and I actually use a lot of them, so then it's useful decor. And I made this narrow tray from a picture frame that I wasn't using anymore. I actually just painted the glass and turned it into a tray, put feet on it. I absolutely love it. It's great for this spot. I have another nut grinder here from my mother-in-law. And then up here in this milk glass mug, I have some starts of plants that I'm trying to grow. I left our hot cocoa bar here for the season, but I did exchange out some of the Christmassy elements for some ones that were more seasonally neutral. And I put my new marshmallow mugs out that I thrifted at Goodwill for 99 cents a piece. We love them. You'll notice throughout my decor, I like to incorporate real plants with faux plants. It's a good mix. Moving into the family room, I painted this little 6-compartment caddy recently. I have a vintage looking Putz house as well as some vintage angels. And this is my parents' wedding cake topper from 1968. Here are some more of my Valentine DIYs. I really meant to put up a video before this home tour and it just didn't happen, but I will still put one up. But that's a house I thrifted and turned into a little Valentine house. And I thrifted this key and heart and painted them up and put them together to go in the center of that wreath. I created this layered vignette, which I really enjoy. There's a wired basket with some vintage books and an old doorknob and a winter picture. And then behind it is a wooden lantern with a plant. I really like the elements of that vignette, and I like how the buffet turned out. Chris found this deer for me at the bins, and I absolutely adore it. It's one of my favorite things. I know it has a little Christmas holly on it, but I don't care. It's staying out all winter. We created this sitting area fairly recently. This is my mother's rocking chair. There she is in the pictures. That's her rocking us as babies in this chair. And so I went to the bins and I found this little table to the left here and I painted it gray. I love the marble top. And I found the lamp. It needed to be rewired, so the lamp was 49 cents with the shade. And then I bought a $12 kit from Home Depot and we rewired it, and we just love how the corner turned out. It's a great place to sit, and now we can enjoy it in the evenings. The mantel is always a centerpiece of the room, and it really sets the tone for the decor. So I was certain to incorporate all the elements I was trying to include in my winter decor, including the brown glass and the green of the plants, the white milk glass, and then pops of pink and aqua. I made this stack of books with my friend Tammy. We had a craft night one night, and it was her design. All credit to her. I absolutely love how they turned out. This is a little nightstand. The bottom drawer broke a long time ago. It's always been my idea to paint it. I just haven't gotten around to it, but it is super useful. And I found the pink rose teacups at the bins recently, and the blue one I was sent by my friend Dee at Thrift, and I love how they all look stacked together in this glass container. I get a lot of questions about these blue chairs, so I just wanted to take a moment to mention them. They are not vintage. We bought them new at Home Goods when we moved into our home. And we bought these, we like them because they rock and they also spin, which was important to us because we knew where we wanted to place them. And we wanted people to be able to turn to talk to people in the dining room or to turn and talk to people in the family room. So these fit the bill. And that's all that I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I use many of my thrifted finds to make my home beautiful for winter time. We are really enjoying our decor this winter, and I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and maybe gotten some ideas. If you like this kind of content, I would love it if you'd join me here on my channel where I upload thrifting, decor, and DIY videos. And of course, you can always find me on Instagram at Nicole North Garden. Thanks for watching.